I'll just read it again. Thank you so much, and like others, I'd like to congratulate the honorary degree recipients. And in listening to those who have spoken before me, I was struck by some similarities. Gary, as you've heard, I too met the love of my life here on the Franklin Pierce campus. Of course, it was a little bit before you were here, but it was 47 years ago. And at this point, you're supposed to say he doesn't look that old. Penny, like you, I once skied on this campus. It wasn't a pretty sight. And Meg, speaking of not pretty sights, I've never skinny dipped in that pond. And as dietary scientists would call it, that would be an appetite suppressant. You know, I'm humbled to be included in this group, and I want to thank my wonderful wife, Helen, a fellow Franklin Pierce alum, and my amazing family and friends who have traveled to be here today to confirm, or should I say witness, that I am really receiving this honorary degree. I am so moved by the support of my friends and family who are here. Yes, I'm surprised to receive this degree as well. And please join me in congratulating my son Neil and his wife Laura on their 11th anniversary, which is today. What a beautiful setting to celebrate your anniversary. What are you going to do next year, Neil? And tomorrow's my daughter Jill's birthday. I'm not going to tell you how old, but let's just say she's less than 45 years old. Okay, I got that taken care of. Dear graduates, or should I say fellow alums, as you journey to the next phase of your lives, let me tell you a little bit about the journey which brought me to this honor, an honor for which I am so grateful to receive. I stand before you as proof positive everything's possible. My journey might be similar to some of yours. You see, I was not a stellar student in high school. Frequently, my parents and teachers spoke of my intelligence, but those statements were usually followed with a query as to why I was not doing better. I graduated high school, barely. My first year in college provided further proof of my academic shortcomings. I often say Fairleigh Dickinson University didn't understand the role humor played in education. Yes, through my tireless efforts, that first year at college I earned a lofty GPA of 0.9. And they had the audacity to suggest I consider pursuing a different path. That was in 1965, and with the Vietnam War in full bloom, and the only thing I was more proficient at than hiding my intelligence was my hatred for structure and taking orders from others. So my mom knew the military was just not for me. So she searched for a college that might accept me, a young man with unrealized potential. Only 2 years in existence, Franklin Pierce was willing to accept most applicants as long as they didn't appear to be interested in torching the few buildings that were on campus. Yippee, I was accepted at Pierce, and soon I would relocate from the comforts of suburban northern New Jersey to Rindge, New Hampshire. Where? So why am I telling you all of this? Well, I was a slow starter, but Franklin Pierce helped change me. Shortly after I arrived on campus, I was invited to participate in discussions to assist the administration in establishing student affairs policies. My professors held my hands, coached me, and helped me develop confidence so that by my third year I ran for junior class president. And I won. I think I ran uncontested, but I think I won. It's the most important. That's what I want you to go away with. In my senior year, I wrote a thesis. We all had to in those days. I defended it orally, and I passed comprehensive exams. I was feeling pretty good about myself. With most of us pioneering students coming from shaky academic beginnings, after going through 4 years of the Pierce experience, so many of us created a bond, a really strong bond. We thought there should be an alumni association to help us stay connected, and we returned home to start our careers. At that time, there was no alumni association at Franklin Pierce. We could start one, and a small group of us did just that. I served on the Alumni Association Board, became board president, and with the help of now fellow board trustee Carlene Albanese O'Farrell, who you just heard from, we convinced the college's Board of Trustees to allow the Alumni Association Board President to serve as a trustee with all the rights and privileges of a full trustee. That was pretty amazing in those days. So someone who barely got out of high school, who flunked out of his first college experience, was now a trustee at Franklin Pierce College. Wow. Even more wow is that I've had the privilege of serving on the board for more than 30 years and helped transition the institution from a college to a university, and now serve as board chair for the last 3 years. Well, my term on the Board of Trustees expires this October, but I will continue to support and aid Franklin Pierce. Franklin Pierce was there for me when I needed it most. It was a long time ago, but it has also been an important part of my life. I will continue to give back to the institution, as I hope you will too. So my message to you graduates is to push yourselves. Take the speed bumps in stride, and don't give up. Like me, you just might reach levels in your life and career which some years earlier you could not possibly have imagined possible. Franklin Pierce, a totally different institution then than it is in the 60s. It was different in the 60s than it is today, is what I meant to say. Has also prepared you to climb unbelievably high mountains, and with great success. Take the challenge. It's been a privilege and an honor for me to have this opportunity to share my thoughts with you today, and recipient of this honorary Doctor of Letters. I am humbled to receive this degree and accept it with humility, gratitude, and great pride. Thank you.